Experiences the difference at Thunder Mountain Harley-Davidson. Start experiencing your dream today.
Let's go back into the ring for a professional heavyweight boxing bout. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, please make welcome Vicious Vern Earwood.
You heard Sean. Back to the ring we go. United States Marine Corps being represented by Vern Earwood in this heavyweight professional boxing match. Mr. Earwood making his second run in his career. He did very well as an MMA fighter, transitioned over to boxing, took one fight, won, had a whole bunch of fun with it. This, I believe, is his third pro boxing bout. His nickname from a lot of people is Coach, because he is exactly that. But tonight, he gets to show his students, hey, that stuff that I'm telling you about, I believe in it because I'm taking it to the ring with me.
JR, I got to see that first fight sitting right next to you, and Vern has power. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that power broke somebody's hand. It broke his arm.
Yep.
When he tried to absorb the punch.
Yep.
So power there's no shortage there.
Wow. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, his opponent had his guard up, looked to block a punch, and fractures occurred.
What are you even supposed to do at that point?
You know, truly, I hit things, I break bones. That's what Coach gets to say. And really, you know, one of the things that I enjoy most about Mr. Earwood is he's doing this because it's fun for him. It's, you know, the training is great, has a really good time with it, surrounded by wonderful people in his gym, and just loves to compete. And so he's not in there to prove anything. He's just in there doing it for himself and for his students.
And now, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller blue corner, please make welcome Justin Comical Richwine.
U.S. Army represented by Mr. Richwine. So for the second time this evening, a true Army versus Marines matchup. If nothing else, there's just that extra little bit on the line. Checking out the tail of the tape, Earwood is the elder at 41 versus 33. Mr. Richwine has a distinct height advantage at 6 foot versus 5'10". This is a heavyweight bout. 2-0 for Earwood as a pro brawler. And it's the debut in boxing for the freestyle fighter, the Army fighter, Mr. Richwine.
Vern actually looks like he's slimmed down a little bit and put some muscle on. He looks a little bit different than when we last saw him. A lot more definition in the arms. Looks like he's been training quite a bit. His opponent making his way to the ring, Mr. Justin Richwine.
Cornered by Gabe Charbonneau and Donnie Lyles, who we saw earlier this evening. Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts Association. Of course, the very famous gym out of Albuquerque and one of their affiliates here in Colorado.
This professional heavyweight boxing bout is presented by Residence Inn and Courtyard by Marriott, the official hotel sponsors of Sparta Combat League. It's time to meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, holding a professional boxing record of 2 wins and 0 losses, representing Revenant Fight Team out of A1 Boxing, from Aurora, Colorado by way of Clovis, New Mexico, a member of the United States Marine Corps. Please make welcome Vicious Vern Earwood. And his opponent, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller blue corner, making his professional boxing debut, representing Jackson's MMA and Vision MMA Dayton from Springfield, Ohio, a member of the United States Army. Please make welcome Justin Comical Richwine. This professional heavyweight
Mr.
boxing bout is
Earwood wearing
scheduled for
the
4
blue
3-minute
and red
rounds.
this
Referee
evening, representing
Stephen
A1
Blake.
Boxing. He is the head coach for the Revenant Fight Team, facing off against Mr. Richwine. He's wearing the gladiator-style trunks and representing Jackson's MMA this evening.
Take care of business. Let's go.
And here we go with the big boy.
I think it's safe to say what they're trying to do in this fight. They're trying to hit them as hard as humanly possible.
And look for some overhands to come right off the bat from Vern. Jab, overhand, jab, jab, overhand. Right there, there's one already.
There's
Another one.
And immediately I'm impressed with the speed of Mr. Richwine. His first 2 jabs that he probed with coming out. A lot of nice speed behind those punches.
Both fighters not really looking to overcommit to anything. Again, the jabs of Richwine, jabby, I guess, for lack of a better word. They're doing what they're supposed to do.
Jabs are jabby. Oh, Earwood takes a couple of hard shots. Richwine getting off nicely. Earwood takes it well. And looking to load up with some power is Earwood. Glanced across the top of the head.
Referee telling him to just fight, stop talking.
Here comes Earwood, and Richwine escapes.
So kind of the tale of 2 styles here. Ridgewine using some jabs and trying to set up with combos. Vern content to bite his mouthpiece and duck and chuck. And it's kind of catching up with him at the moment. Let's see if he doesn't bring that guard back up.
Richwine is swinging for the fences, and he is connecting. He's trying to end it right now.
And Earwood, when he backed up, last time he was on the other side of the ring, he backed up with his head straight up in the air. Got to be real cautious of that. Don't want that chin sticking out.
I'll tell you this, Earwood is taking some massive shots, and he's popping his head back right up and looking right in Richwine's face.
And Richwine doing a really nice job of staying composed here, not trying to chase after a knockout.
And Vern definitely has a chin, which we've already seen.
About a minute left in the round, a little less than.
Ooh, big shot again by Richwine. Now Earwood breaking guard with his hooks.
Good head movement by Earwood there. Evaded the hard overhand right of Richwine. And there's Earwood again with his head just a little bit straight up in the air. Ends up getting his head snapped back because of it.
Well, there's a reason that Earwood lists his style as brawler.
And we're seeing
that's exactly
that.
what he is. He's not going to outpoint you. He's not going to out-technicality you. He's just going to stand there and punch you in the
AVM
face.
10
And that is exactly what his style was that round.
And Richwine comes back to his corner with a giant smile on his face. I've said it before, I'm going to continue to say it through the rest of my broadcasting career. I love watching guys that love being in the ring. So if you're in the corner of Earwood, Brent, what are you telling him?
Well, I don't think anything I'm going to tell him is going to have any effect, but I'd like to see him keep his hands up just a little bit.
And we're seeing that on the replay.
Yeah, I'd like to see him pick some shots. He got rocked a couple of times in that round, and he has a great chin, but you can only take so many of those. So I'd like to see him keep his guard up a little bit, work a jab, and then throw his overhand in there instead of just leading with it. But at the end of the day, Vern's going to do what Vern does best, and that's bite it and throw it.
And Cody, if you're in the corner of Richwine, what's your advice there?
I mean, he's keeping great distance with the jab, and that was actually his most effective punch that he would throw the whole fight. I'm going to just keep doing that. Some quick combos.
And here we go, round number 2.
Earwood is he's really loading up in that overhand. He's looking for that home run shot.
Serve served him well throughout the entirety of his career so far. No need to change it up yet.
Don't fix what isn't broken.
That's right.
Just hope you don't break your nose in the process.
Earwood going for some body shots here, so looking to mix the level of his punches, but as we expected, continuing to throw with power and being warned for a push there is Earwood.
We're fighting, but we're not allowed to push. Don't do that.
Earwood is the one being the aggressor this round instead of Richwine. I'm curious. Oh, Richwine is stumbling.
Yeah, staggered a little bit.
I think he's a little tired. I think this is probably a cardio issue. I didn't see anything really land hard. I think they're going to take a standing 8 and get some rest. Not even a standing 8. I'm not sure.
No, they're doing a little equipment work over on Earwood. I think he had some loose tape on his glove, so. Yeah, punchy.
Earwood still looking fresh. That is the one thing you can say about him also. He throws some wild punches. He throws a lot of them, but it doesn't gas out very quickly.
Oh, big shot back by Richwine.
Corner of Richwine saying, once you land that, I want you to follow it.
Richwine lost his mouthpiece.
And as a fighter, you have to be very careful if your mouthpiece pops in to not look down at it, because the referee is not going to stop the fight because of that. He's not going to stop it till there's a break in the action.
Exactly.
So you leave yourself very susceptible if you just look down at your mouthpiece. Vern's chasing him
getting
across
off
the
well
ring.
now.
Earwood smells blood. Here it comes.
Big
Comes out
punches
again,
for Earwood.
and like I just said,
Mouthpiece
don't
is
look at
out.
it.
Richwine's hurt a little bit, started to turn away. It'll let the referee know that you're not 100% in the fight.
Big shots by Earwood.
Earwood doing a nice job leaning on his opponent, keeping him pinned up against the ropes there. Richwine looks to his corner for advice, and we're going to have a timeout to get that mouthpiece back in. You talked about it, Brent. Just because it pops out doesn't mean they're stopping the fight. That's what happened there.
You know, usually those mouthpieces fall out because he's opening his mouth, gasping for air. I mean, the cardio is a massive, massive piece to this.
I think there's about 20 seconds left in the round. Oh, Earwood with the shot right across the top of the head. Richwine came in and ducked his head into it. Oh, and a big overhand right. Lands right on the ear, and then Richwine answers back with one of his own.
I'll give these two guys credit. They're just sticking their feet in the ground, and they are just swinging for the fences.
Now it's Earwood's mouthpiece that comes out. 10-second clacker sounded.
He ain't stopping. He wants to finish it, mouthpiece or not.
It was one heck of a round. And we've got two more scheduled. I'm not sure if we're going to get to two more, but two more scheduled.
Better round for Earwood on that. Just a better round for Earwood there. Lot better job of mixing his punches both high and low and throwing longer combinations, not just swinging the 1 or the 1-2. Checking it out here on the Larry H. Miller Nissan replay. And Earwood able to come over the top, find some success, and that's where we saw Richwine get staggered. And then he ended up spending a bit of time with his back against the ropes with Earwood going to work. And that looked good in the judges' eyes as far as Mr. Earwood's concerned.
Yeah, and Vern only sat on that stool for about 20 seconds before he got up. Didn't want to sit down, didn't need to sit down. Looking halfway fresh starting round number 3, so
that's where you
we'll
want to
see.
be.
Both guys have been delivering big shots this whole fight. But from what I can tell, Earwood is able to absorb them a lot more effectively than Richwine is.
And again, a mouthpiece comes out, and it's the mouthpiece of Earwood.
Oh, big right hand!
And Earwood again warned for pushing. They'll take that second to get the mouthpiece back in. But the referee's going to be in his ear about that pushing tactic.
That is a blessing there for Richwine. He was able to escape because he was on his heels in that exchange.
Agreed. Oh, Earwood, second time, gets off with the right hand.
And a good lead liver shot followed by an overhand right there by Earwood.
We talked about Earwood in the last round, mixing his shots, high and low, rights, left, longer combinations. We haven't seen the long combination yet, but the mix of shots is coming in well.
Richwine's advantage that he had in the early rounds was his very fast striking. His strikes, while effective and while still strong, are losing a lot of their speed, and Earwood's able to adjust and block much easier.
And that was the distinct advantage that we thought that he had, Richwine had early in the round, was the speed, and that's gone away now. And because of it, Earwood starting to have really nice showing here later in the fight.
Just tuning up the body right now. Big left hand by Richwine. Every time I go to count this guy out, he comes back and lands another big shot.
I'm not sure what's going to get these guys to get knocked out. I mean, we got to throw a chair in there or something. My goodness.
Whole lot of toughness in that ring right now. My goodness.
Yes.
And what Richwine's got to remind himself is to not get discouraged. Everybody, and I repeat, everybody has a button. You just got to hit it. Earwood has one. You just got to find it. And so you can't get discouraged. Sometimes it's easy as a fighter when you hit somebody with everything you've got to go, I don't know what to do next. Just keep going.
Yes, indeed. Keep moving your hands. That's it. Richwine staggered a little bit, starting to be pushed backward, having a hard time finding his feet.
Now Earwood is really, really uncorking it on him. He's looking to end it right now.
40 seconds left in the round. I think if Earwood can put together a strong flurry, might be able to finish it out here because Richwine is hurt.
Oh my goodness! Big tree fall hard.
Not going to beat the count. They can get the doctor and the cornermen in there, take a look at Mr. Richwine, and Vern Earwood going to go home with the knockout victory. And look at the respect for Mr. Earwood, taking the knee until he knows his opponent's okay. Army versus Marines, and it's the Marine Corps on this one, fight fans.
Hoorah!
My goodness, wow, here's the replay. Let's just watch that one again. Richwine stumbling here. This is where Earwood, he knew he had him here. He just needed to finish it.
Earwood, nice job of being patient, selecting his shots, not just barreling in with the brawler style that we talked about, but rather taking enough time to sense his shot or sense his moment and pick his shot. And you can see Richwine already pretty well out of it, hands down by his side, and then goodness.
There he is. Almost ended up on the judges' table. My goodness. Props to both fighters, both tough as nails. I mean, they were taking massive shots the entire fight.
Well, Brent talked about it. Everybody has a button. Earwood found it.
And he hit the ever-living hell out of that button.
Doc Alex and his team in there tending to Mr. Richwine, and he's sitting up now, always a good sign. Get him up on the stool, and little recovery, and again, Mr. Earwood taking a knee until he knows his opponent's okay. Love the respect, sir. Well done. Nice. Back up on the stool is Richwine. Excellent.
I have a feeling both of these guys tomorrow are going to feel like they've been in a fight.
Oh my gracious, yes.
I feel like I've been in a fight, and I'm sitting here.
Well, that's about as pushed as we have seen Earwood in his pro boxing career so far. Had to take it into the third, took some hard shots, had to show off his toughness, which we knew was there, but wow, what a great fight by Mr. Richwine to push the still undefeated Vern Earwood into the third.
We're going to get the word from Sean Patrick and announce the winner once Richwine is finished being tended to.
Well, that's the kind of thing you just don't mimic in the gym.
No.
And you can't. You know, it's so hard when you're looking at a 4 3-minute round fight. You know, especially as a heavyweight, it's so hard to simulate that. And when you reach that just spot of pure exhaustion, you know, you can't train without oxygen, you can't fight without oxygen, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Turns out breathing is important. All right, fighters to the center.
At 2 minutes, 59 seconds of round number 3, referee Blea has called a stop to this fight, declaring you winner by knockout, Vicious Vern